Last time for a mic check. Hopefully it all works fine now with the in-game volume and you can understand me quite fine and you can understand the in-game quite fine. So let's just hope it all works out very well. Alright everybody, welcome to ANL Season 4, Round 4 of Division 2. We are arriving in Azerbaijan and we are here for a short qualifying session followed by a standard 50% race. I hope sound is fine with the in-game audio. If not, I'm trying to change and adjust. I can. Of course, there was the intro. I don't know why you would question this. To be fair, this is Formula One. You always get an intro. Um, yeah, I'm missing. I'm miss words. I don't know what to say. Anyway, Techno Tyson TSN is the first one out on track. Obviously all on soft tires. Out Debela as well in the McLaren. His teammate Hebelarino unfortunately has some TV issues, so he's out in this race today. He will be back in 2 weeks' time when the next round of ANL is waiting for us in France, I believe. There's a break week coming next week. But anyway, let's focus on this event. We have our not quite championship leader, ANL MP6, who is just 1 point behind the championship leader, who is, by the way, missing in this race. And the championship leader would be Ural Ranger Q. I was quite close up front here in Division 2. Ranger Q is on 52 points. He's driving normally in the Mercedes. He's getting replaced by Ramin 94 tonight. MP6 just 1 point behind on 51, and then Revista Lamano on P3 on 48. So Revista Lamano and MP6, they can score big. Even the previous winner of last season, lazy but talented, he's sitting on 39 points. He is obviously in the LP and he's just gone wide for some reason. Anyway, we take it and we watch it and we're just breathing it in, I guess. Quite a lot of people out on track. Techno was the first one out. He is going to start his hot lap right away. DR is open. Samibo has already crashed out in the castle section. Good job. Approaching turn 1, that's all neat and tidy. It's a bit safe. He's not pushing too hard yet. Going into turn 2. Now DR is open again. ERS mode obviously on hot lap. Quite long straight as well. And then up to turn 3, a tricky braking zone inside curb. You don't really want to touch it too much. That's fine, don't run out too wide. That was really cautious. Now turn 4, again it really comes the inside curb. Don't touch too much, that was fine. Turn 5 and 6 chicane. Watch out you're not falling away mid-corner with some understeer, which he does, and that costs you a lot of time. And he takes the second apex curb, which you cannot take as well. It really unsettles the car. Now we're coming into the really tight section, turn 7. Go over this curb, that's fine, you did it quite well, not an invalidation. You can get an invalidation quite easily there. Into the castle, the scariest spot, Samibo just crashed right here. Now turn 12, and now we're on a very fast, almost like Istanbul-esque corner, which would be turn 13, 14, 15, and up to turn 16. Tricky braking zone, you can lock the tires a lot, and this outside wall is just waiting for you to die. Now accelerating towards the end of the second sector, pretty much the last corner on track. That is turn 16. Oh, that was actually turn 16 right here, I'm sorry. Now it's just flat out, about 28 seconds of pure flat out into turn 1. Obviously the line is before. Now he's going to set the fastest lap time, but I don't think it's going to be much higher than a very high 41, as I believe it was Enrica who just ran wide in turn 2. Second Tyson about to cross the line, and it's 141.42. MP6 box again. Now Hooliman is next one to cross the line after Debla puts the 142.095 on the board. What can the Williams driver do? Surely it's going to be the fastest lap, and by quite some margin, a 140.08. So we're not quite in the 39s yet. So that's already quite a decent time as Ravista Romano goes P2 on a 43.6. So a lot of times popping in now. Let's see what Motion God can do. 143.61. He's got a lot of ERS, so maybe he forgot to turn it on his hot lap. Now Spitz is showing he's got the second fastest sector. I can just try and look at my live timings here. Does Spitz have the fastest second sector? No, he does not. The fastest second sector still holds Hooliman. But let's see what he can do across the line. And it's P3 on a 40.46. So only lazy but talented Mark left on a hot lap. Now around turn 16, and it's again just flat out until the line. Let's see what the sector times do. Unfortunately, my live timing is a little bit bugged. I have no player names. I can only see the times of the sectors. 3 purple sectors for the fastest time by Hooliman. Not a zero easy, but talented Mark can put himself at P6 on 141.7. So quite a lot of field spread at this moment. We expected MP6 to struggle. Most of the practice sessions he didn't really show up fine as well, yet a lot of issues, struggled with his track, couldn't really get any pace going, especially on the hot lap. So I don't know if he was just sandbagging. I don't think he was. You can jump on a hot lap with him and see where he can put himself with 11:20 on the clock. Now he cannot do 3 laps, he will only be stuck on 2 hot laps in total. I think I just missed it, but I think Wazino retired. I think he crashed some at the end of sector 2. I believe he just drove straight into the wall in turn 15, I believe. But here comes MP6. Shows the fastest sector 1 time. We're just gonna believe that. Are we going to believe that it is the fastest sector 1 time? No, it's not the fastest sector 1 time. Forget that again. But it's still quite a decent lap for him. Now the castle section, how much risk does he take? Oh, so close to the right hand wall. Going on to second gear here. You should stay in third, but I think he's on automatic gears. Now a scary corner here, and again next braking zone, one of the trickiest braking zones in the entire calendar probably. You can't touch this curb. There used to be an esports line in F1 2020 where you could just yeet over this entire curb. That corner was a lot nicer then. You mainly had issues with invalidations, which you don't have now. Certainly MP6 doesn't have any of these issues as he pushes onto the back straight to see what top speed is. I think he's running a bit more down force than those else people. A lot of other guys now 35, 37. Oh, that's not a lot of down force. No, let's see. MP6, then he goes P1 on a 40.060. So that does sound a little bit like sandbagging by the German and Red Bull driver. Alright, so the Red Bull of NP6 in P1, Hooliman in P2, Ravista Lamano in P3, Spitz in P4, which did show some great pace in the practice sessions, has to be said. Also, especially in the hot laps, he actually did some great times. So what does this mean for the championship? Again, MP6. Well, first of all, again, Ranger Q is not driving in this race. He is the championship leader by 1 point. So yeah, this is all to play for MP6. Maybe even Hooliman can get himself back in if there's no good result for the provisional pole holder here. Hooliman obviously missed 2 races because of holidays. I think he's crashed out of the first or didn't score, so he's still on 0 points. To go on board with Rahman in the Mercedes, the reserve driver. I'm not sure if it's his first attempt. I believe it's the second, maybe had an invalidation on the first one. Anyway, down the second DRS zone, or technically the first. Turn 3, again, tricky braking zone. Nice. That would look very good indeed. turn 4, a bit cautious in second gear. Yeah, that's also a thing. I don't know who runs automatic or not, so that it's easy, of course, to criticize. Uh, yeah, you never know if these people plan on going into second or third or whatever, and yeah, sometimes you should be in different gears, of course. But again, quite a good line. John 7 onto the castle, quite cautious, and he still went a bit wide. Almost crashed on the outside wall, left a lot of curb here. A lot of room on the table here. You can cut a lot more over this curb. You pretty much have to cut it completely and just play with those track length invalidations, which is a good thing, I guess, that he doesn't do that now, as he hasn't set lap time. Decent braking, down turn 15. Now it's just one corner to go. And let's see what his top speed is. What top speed he can achieve here. It's not going to be as fast as MP6, I think. Oh, actually, no, he hasn't opened his steers yet. Yeah, it's going to be well over. Might even be in the 34s. No, I think he's carrying a little bit less downforce actually than MP6. He was almost on 340 kph. Thomas now in P6 currently in 40.65. Let's see, lazy but talented, he should be a lot higher. He's finishing a lap currently. What time? Well, it's not that good. It's not that good for him. He can do a lot better. Maybe it's just not his track. I don't know. Baku was being quite a difficult track to navigate. Really, really challenging. Don't think anybody is on hot lap. It's not Ramen, this thing. Oh no, he's in validate. Oh no, he's just not turned his ears down on the in lap. Why would he though? Doesn't really matter. CC speed, I also expect him a lot higher. He did well in the practice sessions. Consistent pace, decent quality pace. But maybe it's just Baku being Baku. Who knows? Nobody knows. And Enrica, I think he's going to start a hot lap. He's quite low on the RS, has to be said. He's going to finish under 10%, I'm pretty sure. He's sitting in P12. I think that is about the region where you expect him, maybe a little bit higher. Of course, we've seen again lots of practice being done here, and Baku being a track just, you know, the more practice you do, it's just going to help you get used to the track better, to the curves, to the walls, especially if you run no ABS. Lockups can be so deadly here, especially in corners such as turn 15. You know, if you lock up at this left-hand corner and you touch the curb, or you just lock up, basically, the wall is waiting for you. And the wall has also been tightened in this year's game for some reasons, but it's been put closer to the track. Which can be quite annoying, and it's not the only wall they've put closer to the track. Also turn 1, of course, the outside makes it a lot more harder to run side by side. Okay, then we have 2 minutes 38 seconds left on the clock, and pretty much everybody is still in the box and just beginning an outlap. I'm sorry. As Rika goes P10, improves by 2 positions. Decent effort. I think he might fall maybe just 1 or 2 places, maybe. Would be good qualifying position, I think. So let's see up front. I think this could be a very close battle between the top 4. Ramin in P5. Good job, a reserve driver today, replacing the championship leader, URL Ranger Q. Is there some slipstream going on? Oh, I think they're both on out laps. But who knows, maybe there is some slipstreaming going on the hot lap. But if I was Ramin, I'd be, come on, do it for yourself. Thomas, of course, also P6, doing a great job on a 40.6, just 0.7 off the provisional pull time. He's a father now, so he doesn't play that much, and that's a really, really good effort. Really good effort. So, Spitz is the first one to begin his hot lap. And it's your boy, started just behind him, going to turn 1 now. CC speed is out, so he will not improve. Spitz meanwhile still on a good lap. He stays in 3rd. Yeah, you can see he's using manual gears. You see, if he was using automatic, the car would have automatically shifted down to 2nd. He stays in 3rd. That's a better choice for these couple corners here. Surely there's going to be some improvement in the 1st sector. Lot of curb, very nice. Now into the castle, a lot of risk. He's trying to, but he's still a bit too cautious maybe. A good effort so far. Now turn 13, 14, all fed out of course. Again, tricky braking zone. Tries to correct it mid-corner, that was really good. End of sector 2 now. How much does he improve? He doesn't improve at all, and it's just one straight now, so I don't think he's, I'm trying to look on his delta. I can't see his delta unfortunately, so he won't improve that much, probably won't. Strakosaur finishes in P5, he will not improve as well, might only fall down the order. Spitz crosses the line, he doesn't improve. Let's see what its your boy can do. Gears open, he's already out of ERS, so that's, yeah, he's going into the pit lane. He finished before already. Debla being the next one to cross the line. He doesn't run out of ERS. Important, you really have to pick the moment when you turn on your hot lap mode. Otherwise you do run out, and he finishes in P8. And P6 goes fastest at 39.92, so just a couple thousandths faster than Spitz by a bit more than 100th of a second. Now on Alpine, he goes into the pits. You see Salamano, next one, he didn't improve as well in the 2nd sector, so it doesn't look that good for him either. I think the Mercedes behind, who is this, is gonna get some nice slipstream of an Alpine car, I believe, which he overtakes now. That must be lazy but talented, so his session is over as well. The Mercedes of Ramin, he crosses the line, he goes 5th fastest, I'm sorry, in 40.2. Thomas pits, so does lazy. That is the end of the session. Hooliman couldn't improve as well. I'm not sure if he had an incident on track or never validation. Either way, it's NP6 and P1, Spitz and P2, very, very close. Ravista Lamano still on the 39.9, so that's 3 people on the 39.9. That's very close, and then just about a 10th behind, you have Hooliman on the 40.1 at 40.08, and Ramin with a very, very good effort in P5. Strakosaur in P6, I don't think he's that satisfied with that. Thomas, he could have probably improved as well if he had improved on his last lap, which he couldn't, unfortunately. Still a decent effort by both Mercedes drivers, and I think we can look forward to a nice race. Yeah, so just to go through all of them, Debla P8, Techno in P9, Enrica P10, lazy but talented, just P11, should have finished a lot higher. CC Speed 12, Ice Boy 13, Motion God 14. 15 was Zeno and Samibo, both of them retired fairly early. I think was Samibo couldn't even set a single lap time and maybe even crashed on his out lap, and he was out very, very early. So it's 16 drivers. Asset Masters unfortunately couldn't get in. And I'm trying to think of a number of people that will finish the race. At least it's going to be dry, and I think it stays like that also. So I think everybody, if I can make a guess, if I'm allowed to make a guess, I think everybody that finishes the race will get points. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of invalidations today. I think the biggest risks are first castle section, and of course being behind somebody that might crash in the castle section, and then turn 15, the braking. ABS does help you there, really does, because if you lock up, it just you're gone. Yeah, I think those are the things, and probably the pit lane, the pit lane entry. If you didn't practice that, if you get that wrong, you can be out very, very quickly. Other than that, the walls being everywhere, so any moment, any second, you can just die. And we have 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and both Red Bulls are away on the front. I think NP6 got the better start. So it's NP6 leading on the outside, and then you have Ravista Lamano already overtaking Spitz, who didn't really get a particularly good start. You have some contact at the back. But NP6 leads the way with a reasonable gap in front of Ravista Lamano. All of them are medium tires, about of CC Speed. I thought they're all going to be on hards. But I think everybody has got through cleanly. I just saw a wobble of a Haas at the back. It was either Vizino or CC Speed. But so far, everything looks quite clean. Hooliman lost the position to Strakosaur as well at the start. You can see here, not that many position changes. Strakosaur, the biggest gainer there, started P6, is now P4, and struggled big through the castle section. And Hooliman is right on his back, both Williams. As CC Speed left the session, I think that's connection issues. But Hooliman is trying to really get past Strakosaur, who's already losing touch with the front 3 runner. So Hooliman has to get a move on here, or Strakosaur needs to get out of the way. Flat out through on the back straight. Hooliman, I don't think he is using his ERS. He isn't. We have a yellow flag, and it was Zeno already out of this race, so this could very well be the first safety car. I can see the VSC. I cannot see the safety car. Yeah, it says VSC on my screen as well. Now it's a full safety car. So we do have our first full safety car after Zeno crashed out. We have It's the Boy in the pit lane, presumably for front wing change. No front wing change, so he pits on a hard tire. Very interesting. That might be a good strategy. The hard tires are going to be the better tire fairly quickly here, and if he has another set of mediums, he's like on the same strategy as everybody else. He didn't lose that many positions, he was already last anyway, so that was actually a good decision by Chibai to come to the pit lane. Very good thinking. Alright, we're back. It's your boy, pitted again for some reason, but it turned out it was a front wing change. That was really unfortunate for him. He surely is going to be able to catch the safety car at this point. Maybe if he's lucky the safety car does not come in because he doesn't catch up. Maybe then he's able to pit again. Hopefully he is, so he can get back to the hard tire, because that strategy was really interesting, really good. So that front wing change cost him a lot. I don't think the safety car is coming in. Actually, he would not have kept. Wow, he's still so far behind. Yeah, the safety car's going quite fast, so he is able to pit again. But then I don't think he will catch up, probably. So it's another lap around the safety car. It's surely going to come in at the end of this lap. It should avoid the sides, not to pit and just catch up. Unfortunate. He should have pitted again, I think. But yeah, it is what it is now. Can focus again on the front, even though there's not much to do. Safety cars are obviously a bit boring. Well, maybe somebody can do a Grosjean. That would be quite. Well, that would be a lot more interesting than this. So the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. I hope, I'm sure it's going to happen. We still have ANL NP6 in the lead, chased by the Red Bull sister team AlphaTauri, Ravista Lamano, number one driver, unquestionable number one driver. Yeah, I don't even know who's their other driver. Whoever it is, he's got to be the number two. Look at his performance. Astonishing result by this young man. And he's about to challenge the admin of the league he is competing in, so I'll be quite careful. Yeah. Those people behave like dictators, you know, so you gotta be really careful. Anyway, I hope NP6 spices up the start and does some bit of brake checking. Again, give it some spice, and you know, again, he's the admin. What do you want to do against him, right? He's just gonna do it, and he's just gonna fuck you all over. And oh, he's got a very good restart actually. Ravista has lifted the throttle, and I think he's gone, but behind it looks quite crazy. We have a yellow flag. Somebody crashed. I don't know. We have Strakosaur side by side with Spitz. They all spin. Now going into turn 2, still side by side. Spitz holds the outside. Strakosaur spins on himself, and I think he's out. Yeah, he is out. He's out. And that could be another safety car. But the race continues. There's a big gap between Arista Mano and Spitz. That was a big fight with Strakosaur, but Spitz didn't do anything wrong here. Strakosaur just dropped it on his own. And Enrica was who pitted. I guess he had damage. And Samibo gets past. It's your boy. Oh, there's Samibo without a front wing. So what has happened here? Strakosaur is out of the session. Oh, what is going on here? Samibo's trying to send it. And he gets past the Aston Martin of Motion God, who I think has damage as well. But Samibo does not have any front wing. Ravista Lamano has crashed out. So what has happened here? It's another guy who's out of the race, and the safety car is out again. So we've had 2 DNFs in a couple of seconds. That's Baku, I guess. But yeah, we have another safety car, and that's quite fun, isn't it? Woollyman also in P12. Oh, he doesn't have a front wing, so he was definitely incident as well. I don't know if it was all the same incident. Some people pitting now. So I guess the medium runners, they can pit for the hard tire at this point. That's fine, they can get to the end. I think at this rate we'll be seeing some other safety cars too. As Uliman pits for the hard tire. Sanilbo pits for the medium tire. Was he on the hard tire before? Well, CC Speed at least back in the race. But he's lagging, I think. This is not good. At the front, nobody pitted. So it's your boy actually, who's suddenly in a P5 position. Now he has pitted, I think about 3 times at this point, and he's on 3-level medium tires. Now he still has fresh hard tires. He's only on 1 lap under the safety car, or one, yeah, I think 1 lap on the safety car on those hard tires. So he's right now probably on the best strategy in the top 6, but then you have NP6 who's, again, he's already pitted for the hard, as did Lazy but talented and Spitz. So yeah, overall the race, these guys are going to be on the best strategy. So it's your boy could have gone into the pits again and went to the hard tire like all the others did. But then, as I said before, you can expect 100 other safety cars, so no one knows what's going to happen here. So, lap 7, under the safety car, both Mercedes lead this race. I don't think they have not pitted. Then we have Dabler, who hasn't pitted as well, in P3, Techno Tyson in P4, It's Your Boy in P5, who has pitted 100 times, and then Motion God, who hasn't pitted as well in P6, so good position for him. I think Lazy but Talented is out. No, he's not. I thought he left. Oh no, he didn't. So he's pitted for the soft tire. Maybe he thinks as well, there's going to be 10 other safety cars, so I just stick the soft tires on, get some amazing grip, amazing traction in the first couple of laps, and overtake some people as the next safety car comes around the corner, and we see CC Speed disconnecting once again. So it's the second time, and he's lucky again that this is on the safety car. I guess he could be able to rejoin before the safety car comes in, but again I think he's lagging, so there has to be something done about it ASAP. Both Red Bulls in the net P1, P2 position in this race, pitting for the hard tire. NP6 leading Spitz. I don't know who's the faster guy here. In the practice sessions, both have been fairly decent. Oh no, actually, what am I saying? NP6 has been dreadful in the practice sessions. At least in the on the hot laps. On the long runs, I don't know. I didn't really see his pace that much. On the hot laps, it was dreadful. Spitz, meanwhile, looked decent. So I think they are on quite even pace. So it could be interesting between those two as the safety car comes in, and both Mercedes will lead the way on to lap 8 then, after we've seen 2 safety cars and about 2.5 laps of racing. Or maybe 3, probably 2. As Thomas swerves around, waiting for the safety car to be in. CC Speed just rejoined, so he might be back in time. I don't think so, and Thomas is gone. And again he's getting a better restart. The leader is getting a better restart than the P2 guy. Both times they've been sleeping behind, and we see people at the back being very slow. And there's big gaps already everywhere. as Dabbler and Ramen go side by side. Down turn 2, Dabbler on the inside, Ramen goes quite wide. Now you see the Alpine of Techno getting involved there as well. Dabbler stays ahead, Techno tries to challenge on the outside. And Ramen will lead into turn 3. Techno backs out quite early. Doesn't want to crash, doesn't want to make any contact. And they're both safely through at this point. And Thomas already posed quite a big gap on his teammate. This is working out quite well for him. Hooliman gets past, lazy but talented. I think he had a spin. Ghosted again, so it's not going his way. Not the soft tires, nothing at all. Oh, NP6 against It's Your Boy. That was a corner cut. That has got to be an illegal overtake, I think. If he didn't, then I think there's going to be a report coming his way by It's Your Boy. Unfortunately, we weren't on it before. But anyway, for this moment, MP6 is through, and it looks like he did not get an illegal overtake, at least not by the game. We have another yellow flag. Motion God has spun round or has made contact with another driver. And TC Speed is finally back in the game. Oh, here we have some close fighting with Samibo, who's holding up Hooliman and lazy but talented, it seems. Now Hooliman is trying to challenge Samibo. He has a lot more overspeed. This should be an easy overtake, and he's getting past him well in front of the braking zone. No lunge coming from behind. Hooliman up in position. Is he though? He has a big slide, but Samibo cannot do anything. He has to brake as well, and he loses the position. But Hooliman goes wide and has to do 360, 180. Losing the positions he's just gained. Unfortunate, not the race he wanted. That's not the championship he wanted. This could have been a race where he scores quite well. Instead it's a race where he is spun round, had damage, and out of contention without a safety car at this point. And Ramen has closed the gap again a little bit to his teammate Thomas. And he's back in the DRS window. He was 1.5 seconds behind him, but the last lap was a lot faster. This lap it is actually. Ramen is a lot faster on this lap. And he's back within the second, so I guess Thomas has made a mistake. We were able to see once they both crossed the line. Oh, somebody's hit the wall. I think it was a Aston Martin. That was Motion God. And Ramen, is he going to challenge Thomas? Doesn't look like it. Ramen sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:44.939. So yeah, he did gain a lot. He was just a lot faster. It wasn't Thomas. I was looking on the timing screen, and no, Thomas was doing a personal best in the second sector. But it was Ramen who really gained a lot in the second and third sector. And suddenly is back on his teammate. But both, of course, have not pitted yet. So the net lead currently with NP6, who's P5. Lazy but talented now gets back into the race and overtakes ANL car, now in P9. Yeah, but his race is going to fall apart very quickly if there's no other safety car within the next 2-3 laps, probably. But at the end of the day, he is actually, how many seconds is he behind the net lead? He's not that far. He's not that far behind the net lead. And he's got a little bit of clean air now, so he should be able to close up the gap to CC Speed quickly. His last lap was 45.3. That's faster than all the people ahead of him. So most people last laps were 45.4, 8, the high 45s and some of the 46s. So apart from Ramen, it's unsurprisingly Lazy but Talented on the soft tire who is the fastest. as Ramin is going to try and overtake now against his teammate. He almost gets pushed into the wall, but this should be an easy overtake with DRS and the slipstream. And a little bit of ERS. And he gets through Techno pits now. And Lazy but Talented sets the fastest lap of the race. 1.5 behind CC's speed. So he is back in the race. And he had a very poor second safety car restart. And we have a yellow flag and it's another safety car. There's another safety car and I'm not sure why this is. I think it might have been because motion got spun again. So this is now very good for Lazy but Talented. It is. He's gonna get away with that soft tire stint. There's 3 people ahead of him that still have to pit. I mean, he's still gonna be at the back, but the safety car was absolutely necessary. Oh, I can see I can see the assist people run on my telemetry board. That's interesting. Alright, so we have an Alpine who doesn't run any assist, apart from Racing Line maybe. That is Lazy but Talented. We have the leader of this race running on ABS and medium traction control. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 behind only run on ABS. I don't think that's true, no, because it suddenly just disappeared. That's weird. What a weird thing. Yeah, never mind. That was not true. It says the fuel levels also, but I'm not sure if that's true either. So Thomas, if I believe my data right, or it should be correct, he has 44% tire wear. He's currently on 81% ERS. Let's see if that's true. Yes, now it's 86. Yes, that's true. So, okay. Yeah, I can see his tire wear, his ERS levels as well, and that's interesting. Somebody in P2 is currently running in AI. A lot of, well, who knows? Who knows? Okay, so everybody has pitted now. Finally, everybody has. NP6 has got his race lead back. Spitz is in P2. Lazy but Talented. He did not come into the pit lane. Oh, I don't know why he has done that. This is a massive gamble now. I'm not sure why. They say that the tires, unfortunately I cannot see his tire wear, because he has not the setting enabled for me to see it. His tire should be dead at this point. Dead. Don't think the Aston Martin safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. We still have motion go. Is very far behind. I almost doubt he's going to be able to catch the safety car on the next lap. Hooliman, he will catch the safety car and he will be back in the race, and he will be on tires that are going to be fast, but they will drop off. He can go to the end. He can take another safety car. Lazy but Talented pits now. Okay. Well, I don't think it matters anyway. I think he would have probably been in that position, maybe behind Hooliman. I don't think he is going to be behind Hooliman. Yeah, he would have been behind him anyway, I think, had he pitted the lap before, so might as well wait another lap, get one lap less tire wear. So that was another good thinking by the Alpine driver, who will be at the back. but he will have some pace. So will have Hooliman, who, for him, unfortunately has Sonebo behind, in front of him. Now Ichiboy, he's finally back on his higher tire set in P9. It's fallen a little bit apart from him. It could have been a very promising strategy, but you know, we are on our third safety car and we're just halfway through the race. It's yeah, you can't predict anything. And it surely won't be the last safety car. Now, before the race, I predicted that everybody who finishes this race will get points. We had only 3 DNFs so far. We have had 3 safety cars. We did not have a DNF that led to the safety car. We might have had a spin, but not more. So yeah, really a joke of a safety car, unfortunately. So I think we've had more laps under the safety car than green flag racing at the stage. And I hope it will be the last, but I really doubt and think it won't be the last. And there will be 2 more. But it's surely going to come in at the end of this lap. I hope it is. Motion God is still a bit far behind. I think the message should have popped up already. And it doesn't look like it is going to come in. So we will be having another lap under the safety car here in Baku. So the safety car is coming in this lap. Finally it is. It's about time. It's about time. And now we have 2 Red Bulls leading, and I think Spitz is really far behind his teammate, and he's gotta look in his mirrors now because there's a lot of cars behind him. He goes into turn 2, doesn't get overtaken. Behind, I think we have side by side the Ferrari of Ramen, the Ferrari of Rika against Ramen. There's a yellow flag already, some contact behind those 2. And Rika gets overtaken by Devila, Lazy but Talented Mark, fighting with Hooliman at the back. He gets past him, so Hooliman is last now, the Williams driver. So now he's racing, they both are very far behind, so something must have happened. The gap is huge already to the cars in front. MP6 pulling a 1.3 second gap to his teammate already, so he has taken off. Ramen still close to Spitz. And then we have a train of cars behind Enrica. Thomas, CC Speed, Techno, it's your boy. Oh, and that's Enrica going into... Oh, now he's off. He's out. And now he's got to watch out that he doesn't... Yeah, he's just going to retire here. And I don't think it even was enough. He's going to try it for a second time. Let's see. Come on, you can do it. That was poor. I mean, just go backwards. You get disqualified. Oh, is he going into the pit lane now? He might is, but I doubt he's gonna get there. I think he's gonna shunt into turn 15. No, he isn't. Oh, so Thomas pits. Why does he go into the pit lane? Oh, he's got no front wing left, and that's his race over. Likely, if there is no other safety car, his race is over. Unfortunate, he must have had contact with somebody. That's Hooliman, then up to P10, Lazy to P11. And Hooliman is off turn 1. Lazy but Towns into the pit as well, so he probably got damaged too. And there you see Hooliman. Oh, what a miserable race. It's over for him now. He's the 4th retirement. And there's another safety car. We have another safety car. It's unbelievable. So this race is probably going to be over. So, 4th safety car. Yeah, Hooliman just texted me, no grip, nowhere. Yeah. He can't brake, he says, so it sounds like they had a brake failure. Well, that's unfortunate. Even though it didn't look like one, but... And he has crashed into Samibo. Oh, nice. It was his mistake, yeah, I already said it was his mistake. Nice, so... Samibo somehow still alive. I think he's made contact. I don't know if any of these contacts was his fault. I don't think so, actually. I think he was caught up in incidents like 3-4 times, I think, in his race, and most people died that he had a tangle with, but somehow he's still alive, and he's running in P7, so good job. I don't think the safety car is gonna come in this lap either. This could take a while. Oh yeah, it didn't come in. I'm not even on the leader. I thought it was with the leader. Now I'm with the leader. Great! Oh, my monitor just turned itself off. Oh, that's GG. Why are you off? Oh yeah, nice. Can't see anything. Are we now? Hello? Yeah, great. Now it's back on. Nice. But it didn't. Nothing happened anyway because we're under safety car, so it doesn't matter. It's the fourth safety car. I don't know how many I predicted. A couple of safety cars ago, I said I think there will be 2 more safety cars. I don't know if that was 3 safety cars ago, 4 safety cars ago, maybe just 2. But I doubt this was the last safety car, and somehow we still only have 4 retirements. Unbelievable. So, are we coming in this lap? We are not. Of course not. Why should we? Let's go for another lap under the safety car. We love it so much. CC Speed now suddenly appearing in P4 after 10 disconnects. But yeah. Let's get out of here. That got quite a joke at some point. So I hope we can jump into something more fun. Oh, and we have a safety car. What a surprise. Well, that was really unexpected. So, yeah. That's what's going on in Division 1. Um, great. Then let's just get back. I mean, that just sucks all the fun out of it. Then we can just get back and see those last couple of laps. Unfortunately, I'm sorry we were in a commercial break. You couldn't see the last 2 minutes of this race. There were a safety car anyway, and there's not going to be a safety car when we join, but well, no, there's probably going to be the next safety car when we get back. So let's see. Oh my God, I'm in the wrong session, am I not? Now, so this is going to be a longer commercial break. As you can see, we did pay a lot of money. No, I'm back in the right session, and it is a safety car. The safety car is back in, so look, we did a great commercial break. We're back in when the racing starts, and it's MP6 who leads. Ramin is going wide. There's cars side by side behind. You see Devila trying to challenge Ramin as CC Speed gets close. Rika overtakes Motion God, who's at least he's back the pack now. Spitz gets past Samibo. That was an important move for him to get back up the field. And it's your boy must have had a moment. Thomas gets past him. He's lost a couple positions. Lazy but talented squeezes through. That was a neat move into turn 3. Now up to 10th again. And Samibo still running in P7, so he's having somehow everything that has happened to him. He's still having a nice race. I think he's only had one front wing change. Decent effort, running in P7. There's 6 laps to go, and he's getting chased by a Mercedes and by Lazy but Talented, so it's not going to be easy to get this over the line. Motion God gets another position on his teammate. I think he had another moment. Yeah, your boy had another spin, I reckon. Thomas now very close on the back of Yuel Samibo in the Alfa Romeo car. He doesn't get a very good exit, so this is the chance for Thomas without DRS and just with a pure slipstream and ERS to get past Samibo and get that next position. Samibo's surely going to defend with everything he's got. Around the outside, this is going to be very tight going into turn 1. But he gets past it and Samibo backs out. Sensible, but now he goes deep, and this is going to be close to the wall. Nicely managed, nicely on the brakes, but he's going to lose that position to Lazy but Talented. I think that's the second position the last 2 laps that Lazy just sneaks through and just picks up pieces, whatever it's called, whatever. Up to P8, now behind Thomas, not far from P7, and he has pace, so there is surely some more positions in, and maybe another safety car. So who knows? It's your boy Pitts, so he'll probably have front wing damage. He's P12. He needs another safety car. Otherwise, he's his speed now after all of his connection issues running in P4 magically on these medium tires. We can actually have a look on their tires. And P6 is on the oldest tire, so that's why Ramin is probably able, that's surely why Ramin is able to keep up so close to him now on this restart. His tires are a lot younger. So is Debler's tires, but he cannot keep up on the pace. Debler's last lap was 46.5, so half a second slower than NP6, who did a 46.0 on the last lap. Fastest lap is still a 44.30 by Lazy but Talented on his soft tire. I don't think anybody's going to beat that. Somebody's pushing his ERS, it says on the screen here. Thomas was just pushing his ERS on the main straight, but probably to defend against Lazy but Talented. What we see here is Techno getting overtaken by Spitz, who's up to P5, so he did get back up the field nicely, and he's just half a second behind CC Speed now. So I think for Spitz there's a podium on the table. He's also on the freshest tires, 5 lap old mediums, sitting in P5. Same as Thomas, he's got 6 lap old mediums, also in that train. So there's some positions for him to gain too. And at some point it looked like his race was over. So a nice race for the Mercedes suddenly after 22 laps again. Picking up some nice points. Again, Ramin, the reserve driver, currently in P2, and he's still got a great chance of winning this race. But it's not going to be easy. The pace advantage lies with MP6 surely, but the tire advantage is with him. And we have a spinner, it's Techno in the Alpine. Oh, I think he spun into turn 7, I'm not sure. I don't think he had damage. We still have yellow flags, so that's motion guard again. It's your boy tires from the race. Oh, it's your boy tires. Any tires I think he's crashed, so this could be another safety car. It doesn't come out. Yeah, that's a good sign. So I don't think it's going to come out. Lazy but talented is now right on the back of Thomas, pushing for that P6. But Thomas is really dropping off now from Spitz. I don't know what happened there. If made a mistake. I don't think Spitz was really 4 seconds faster on that last lap. So something must have happened here. And I'm pretty sure Lazy but talented is going to get past Thomas now. Thomas still sits on 65% ERS. And he's got a lot more than Lazy but talented. Now this is another chance. Now turn 2 is getting a good exit, but just a little bit of slide. Yes, here it's open, but I think Thomas has got this one covered here. So I think for Lazy, this is only about P6 now, and I think he has his time. I don't think he's gonna get challenged from anybody behind. So this is the maximum that he can get. He's getting quite close now, out of turn 4. And Thomas looks like he's really struggling. Maybe he's got damage. Maybe he can get the switchback Lazy out of the turn 5-6 chicane, but he can't. And Thomas stays ahead going into the castle, so there's even more time lost. But yeah, again, the pace of the people in front is just much faster now, and he cannot get that gap close again. 4.6 now, 4.9 now. Lazy but talented behind CC Speed. The top 4 all running with the same ERS train. CC Speed dropping off, but his tires are old. It's 11 laps old. Medium's got the worst, but is Lazy but talented going to try it into turn 16? No, he thinks better of it. Of course he is. He has to. Otherwise, Thomas would have had the DRS on him again. Would have breezed past him. Spitz is very close now to Debla. Going into turn 1 on the main straight. We have a yellow flag and motion guard has retired. Spitz does the fastest lap of the race. And Techno, I think he comes in to retire. That his race over. Let's have a look on the lap times again. NP6 last lap 45.1, Ramen last lap 44.4, Debla last lap 45.4, and then we have Spitz with the fastest with a 43.6. So the previous fastest lap did get beaten, and it got beaten by quite a lot actually on those relatively fresh medium tires. Again, we can take Thomas for reference here. Thomas's tires are on 35% wear, so I think Spitz is probably on around 30, maybe 31, 32. But Ramen here has not managed to make any process on MP6, and Lazy but talented is finally through on Thomas. So that is P6 for him, and I think that's the maximum he can get in this race. If nothing happens in front of him, we have 2.5 laps to go. On board with Spitz in P4. Now Ramen drops back a little bit actually. He's now outside of the DRS window, and he's outside by a lot. So he must have had, I think he's probably had a big issue out of turn 15, and just lost a bit of time. I don't think he's gonna get back into DRS on this lap. But Spitz is really close to Debla here. But unfortunately for him, Debla gets the DRS by the Mercedes in front. And he is quite close to that Mercedes who doesn't get DRS. So I think Ramen could potentially get double overtaking here. They're all flashing. Oh, this is really close. Debla leads, but then Spitz and Ramen are side by side. Surely one of them spins away, and I think Spitz did spin away. Yeah, he did, and he does get overtaken by CC Speed 2. So Debla up to P2. Again, his last lap was a 40.4. That was the 10th slower than NP6 ahead of him, and Spitz tries to challenge CC Speed again around the outside. What a neat move, and he gets back into P4. That was important for him if he wants to get back onto Ramen's rear, but it's 2.5 seconds. I don't think he can catch that back up, and NP6 does look fairly safe at this point. is quite close behind for P2. And Debla is somehow back in the DRS window. But MP6 has the big DRS advantage here, so this is going to be difficult, but Debla does gain a bit and he can open his DRS now, so this is going into the last lap. I think he might have a chance here. But MP6 got it covered on the inside. Ramen is too far back to challenge. But there's another DRS zone waiting for Debla. This is the chance for his first ANL League Race win. I think he scored a bunch of podiums in the past. He's usually quite unlucky in the races. Whenever he's up there, something terrible happens and he falls back. Not always his fault. This very unfortunate driver. We shouldn't forget though, he plays in the cockpit cam view, no racing line. It's very, very difficult, that combination, and especially a track like Baku, being in front here, fighting for the win. That's a really big job here. And we do have 10 people still in the race, 10 drivers on the last lap. So at this stage, every driver will score a point. So my prediction did get right. Well, it does get right, so it doesn't matter if anybody retires now. Still everybody will get points. So Debla will have another dose of the DRS onto the start-finish line, but I think he's going to be too far away, and MP6 has the DRS advantage, even though it's not much at this point, and I feel like Debla does have a little bit more straight line speed, but is he too far away? I think he is. Or is he? Oh, he hits the wall with MP6. He got a very, very bad exit on this corner as well, but unfortunately for Debla, he hit the wall. If he hadn't had the wall, it could have been his win, but it isn't. Is it? He's gonna get very close on the line, but this surely is MP6's win, and he takes his third win in the fourth race and reclaims the championship lead by some distance. His next challenger will be Spitz and Lazy but Talented. So Debla takes the P2, almost his first league race win. Spitz finishes in P3, completes the podium. Ramen, very strong finish in P4. Just ahead of CC Speed, who, it has to be said, really, really luckily finished in P5. Lazy but Talented P6, Thomas P7, NL Rika in P8, Samibo in P9. And I think it's Jiboy, or was it finishing P10? So yeah, that's the end of the race. Oh, a shit race. I'm glad it's over, not gonna lie. Oh, so we've got some nice hot chick winning this race. GG to her, yes, let's go. Women power. Yes, women power. We belong on the racetrack. We don't belong in the kitchen. On the racetrack. Let's go. And there's the champagne. Come on, don't spray too much of it. You gotta clean it up again. Anyways, so 10 finishes, 10 points finishes. Techno Tyson, it was the last guy who picked up the point for the fastest lap as well. 43.5, so he just snitched away from Spitz, who had a 43.62. So yeah, that's the end result for round 4. Anil goes on to the break week now, and next we'll be back in France. So I guess we see you suckers all then, huh?